Oh, I'm going to give you a second. I remember what story I was going to tell you guys for story time that I just now remembered. It's like not a two-part story. It's kind of long. Anyway, so hopefully you enjoy this. So I was living in Idaho, and my neighbors were good friends of ours, and we were going to go to dinner. And I had a couple of weeks before that seen like a little altercation at a gas station parking lot. I was sitting at an intersection heading out on the highway, and I'd just come over the overpass, and right at the intersection on my right was this gas station. It's kind of like a big squared, it's probably a 2-acre square lot with a gas station kind of in the front corner, but it's for like trucks and cars. It's big enough, and it's a place where at the time, semi trucks would park and stuff around there. And I had seen two guys get into it in the parking lot as I was sitting there watching this one time. And I was like, man, I can't believe it. Going through my tunnel. Here we are. That light at the end of the tunnel, that's the sun, not a train. Anyway, I was telling my buddy about this, and he's like, well, we're going to go to dinner. So I took the brother in my truck, and I was in my blown 72. And my wife and everybody else, we were all going to go meet at this restaurant. Somebody's birthday, I think. I think it was Mikey's birthday. But we were going over there. So I took the brother, and I took Mikey with me. That's who I took. And we were rolling along, and this time we're on the opposite side of the road, getting ready to go over the freeway overpass. We're on the highway, and off to the left is this gas station. And we're probably 4 or 5 cars off the light, about parallel. We're behind the building, but about parallel with looking down the back of this dirt lot. And I see this semi truck, this tractor trailer heading semi for you folks in, not in America. I guess you're in North America, but y'all talk funny and you do stuff in metric. And everything's a boot. So this truck was a semi, and it was a boot to try and clear this front of this Toyota pickup truck, like a little Hilux. And he was making a sharp right, trying to go around this building, and there was a pickup sitting in one of the back parking stalls, kind of parallel to the building. And he's kind of parallel to this truck, and he's cutting this corner kind of sharp, and the trailer tire catches the front edge of his truck, and it kind of rocks it up and sets it back. And I'm looking over with my buddy Mike, and I'm like, are you watching this? And he's like, what? And I go, look at this pickup. And this semi is trying to move, and it rocks the truck up off the ground onto its side, and he backs up and goes back down. And then he pulls forward, and it rocks the truck up, and he does that probably 5 times. And we're just like, what's this idiot doing? And about the last time it walks up, out of the convenience store front door comes the owner of this pickup. And he comes around the back side of the building in time to see his truck up in the air sideways and gets set back down. And he just drops his drink and his groceries. He's like, hey! He takes off running to the other side of the semi-truck. And the semi-driver hears him and cuts left and then or right and then left and peels this guy's truck like almost apart and tears up the side of the air dam underneath the bottom of the truck. It's a white truck with no logos on it, and he cuts left, and this driver runs up and jumps on the tank and jumps on the side of the cab and it's like beating on the door. And the semi-driver puts the truck in park or whatever, dynamites the brake, kicks a guy, opens the door, kicks the guy off, and proceeds to beat up the guy that he like hockey beat him up, like pick up his shirt over his head and like hockey style brawling this guy whose truck he just ran over. And I was like, oh, this ain't happening. So I throw the truck in reverse, and I'm watching traffic, and I rev it and tear him up across traffic, heading across 3 lanes to try and get into this parking lot. I'm honking the horn, telling people to move, and this guy in this semi-truck sees what's going on, realizes he's like in trouble, jumps in the truck, and takes off out of the parking lot. And I got a blown pickup. Like, this blown 377 in this 4-speed, I'm going to catch this dude. So He gets across the parking lot before I can get into the parking lot. He gets around the corner, around the back side of the building, busts through a red light, and goes over the overpass. As I'm trying to get around, drift around the building, and come up and chase him, and Mikey's on the phone, 911. I dialed my number, I hand to him. He's on the phone, tells this dispatcher that we just witnessed his accident, just saw this guy beat this guy up, and we're in pursuit, hot pursuit of, like Roscoe, of this semi-truck. And she's like, can you describe it to me? And we tell him it's white, and, it's heading this direction. It's smashed on the right side, and like the air dam. And this truck is busting through traffic, pushing cars, going over the freeway, and I lose him. I lose this guy. I don't know. I think he hit the off-ramp and went down, or hit the spaghetti bowl and went the other direction. But by the time I can get up and over traffic, through traffic without wrecking anything, and he's telling this officer, and the dispatcher what we're seeing, all the carnage. She's like, what direction did he go, north or south from the freeway? And our best guess was south, because that seemed like that was where the tire tracks were and the direction he was going. But he was gone. Like, gone. He had to hit that freeway off-ramp, and I don't know. I couldn't see him, and there wasn't a whole lot of traffic. There was traffic leaving it, but on the highway, it was just normal traffic. I never saw the dude, because we were going to catch him. I had a full tank of gas and cop tires and cop suspension with cop brakes. Like, Mikey and I were going to be late to dinner. So we get to dinner, and we're late anyway. And my wife's like, why are you late? Did you witness some sort of fight again on the freeway? And Mike's like, how did you know? And they're like, seriously? So we tell them the whole story. But yeah, it was nuts. I have another crazy semi story for you, but I'm not telling you right now. Merry Christmas.